Hey, welcome to the Badass Breastfeeding Podcast. This is Dianne, your lactation consultant.
And I'm Abby, the Badass Breastfeeder. And today's episode is brought to you by Original Sprout. Original Sprout carries safe, effective, and pediatrician-tested shampoos, conditioners, styling, and body care products produced and packaged in the USA. And today's episode is also brought to you by Nikki's Natural Wipes, the first all-natural baby wipes made with Manuka honey and coconut oil. We'll hear more from our sponsors later, but these sponsors make this podcast possible. So please head to badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com and check out our sponsor page and see if you can give any of our sponsors your business. And while you're there, you can scroll down and enter your email address and get episodes sent straight to your inbox every Monday. And now Dianne has our review of the week.
And it comes from iTunes. And this comes from Mia Fields, who says that she is a first-time mom due June 29th. So coming up with a little boy. I'm glad I found this podcast to help me be as informed as possible before my breastfeeding journey even begins. Also, I love the down-to-earth, realistic way you guys deliver information. Thank you so much, Mia, for putting this on iTunes for us and for tuning in and listening and getting all your info. And your baby's coming pretty soon. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Let us know what happens and how everything goes. We'd love to hear from you again. And thank you so much for the reviews. We get them, we read them, we love them, and we pick for our reviews of the week. So you can go ahead and put them on iTunes for us if you want to, or you can send us an email. And that's all I got.
Cool. So today we're going to, and listen up, because this is a really this episode is going to be great for if you are pregnant.
Yes.
I mean, it's always great, but like you're going to be probably doing some catch up or maybe some rearranging or some reassessing if you are currently breast or chest feeding or bottle feeding or anything, whatever you're doing. We're going to be sharing some tips to make things a little easier for you. Yeah. But you can, hopefully you get it all ready when you're pregnant, but who does that?
Nobody. But that's like the first thing on my list. I don't know if that's on your list.
What? Do it when you're pregnant?
No, to just get more information while you're pregnant, to make breastfeeding easier is to really look for that information while you're pregnant. And I'm saying that because I do a lot of prenatal breastfeeding classes, and I have been doing prenatal breastfeeding classes for, 15 years. The majority of families that I meet in prenatal breastfeeding classes have not done any breastfeeding prep. They're focused on the baby. They're focused on childbirth. Yes, that's what they're focused on.
The birth feels like such a huge, and it is. It's such a huge event to get through that the rest of it seems like that is just not the important thing right now. The important thing is just am I going to make it through this birth?
Right.
I'm scared. I don't know what to expect. I know I'm going to lose total control of my body. Are the people around me going to respect my body? And it's so scary. I remember that very thing. I had no time for anything else because I was so worried about birth.
Right. Me too.
Yep.
So if you can do it, if you can make yourself read a little bit about breastfeeding or listen to a podcast or jump onto a Facebook group or something like that where you can find some support just to get a little information.
Well, yeah. And if you only have the bandwidth to do one thing, just look up a local lactation consultant, send them an email, give them a call or whatever, and be like, hey, I'm going to have a baby soon. I don't have time to deal with you right now or to do any of that. I just want you to know that I might be calling you, or definitely call. I want you to know that I'll be calling you, and then have that number for when, after you give birth, after you make it, after it's all said and done, have somebody to call.
Yeah. I have people that do that with me all the time. They'll send me an email, just be like, hey, I'm just, kind of getting all my ducks in a row. I want to make sure I have everybody lined up. I don't know if I'm going to need you, but I just want to, find out how you work, where your consults are, how you would see me, just to kind of get all the information about how it would go. And I think that's great. I think that's a great thing to do, just to kind of and then you can just check it off your list, just to be prepared.
Yes.
That's important.
Yeah. Yes. So do that. Another thing, this is my favorite thing, and this is gonna be a lot of me talking. So are you ready?
Are we ready? Is everybody ready? Abby's gonna
start. Push pause, fill up your coffee, whatever. Because I'm going to talk about creating a nursing station.
Oh, yeah.
Which is how the idea of this episode started. I was like, can we do a whole episode on nursing station? Like, I don't know if that'll take up the whole time. And then Dianne was like, why don't we just do a whole thing about making breastfeeding easier? And then we can add all the other things in too.
Because I think didn't you do a Facebook Live or something on it?
Yes, I did a Facebook Live where I did some research on like what people are putting in their nursing stations and then made one. And then I showed everybody on Facebook. And it was really fun. And while I was doing it, I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I never did this. I wish I had. I hope everybody does this. I just want to tell everyone about it. So I'm going to tell you all about it.
No, this is cool.
I know. So my favorite thing is because you can use different things to hold things, but the best thing to use is one of those rolly cart things. And when I said that, people weren't sure what I was talking about. So we'll put a picture of one on badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com, but I'll describe it. You've probably seen it. If you ever go to like Michael's craft store, or like I think they have them at IKEA, it's like a cart on wheels. It's small and it's got like 3 levels of like a basket, like baskets, like a top basket, a middle basket, and a bottom basket. And it's all connected on the side and it rolls. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of people were saying that they see them at Michael's. I think like Aldi. I don't know if you have like an Aldi around you. Sometimes they'll have them in their little like non-food item aisle.
Oh yeah.
But that's the best kind because it rolls. And then you can just pull all of your stuff around, like from your favorite chair over to the bed at night or whatever, wherever you go. But I also suggest having like a favorite chair, having like a really comfortable chair that no one's allowed to sit in, get all Archie Bunker about it. This is my nursing chair. Don't, you can't sit here. Don't move the pillows. Don't mess it all up. And have a spot that's just like really comfortable for you. And make that, your nursing chair. And so in this rolly cart, you're like, oh, I can think of some things to put in there. Yeah, well, listen up, because I got some great ideas. And by the time I was done, the thing was filled. And it was like, I was like, I don't even want to empty this now. I just want to keep this. The rolly cart is my kids, so I had to empty all my stuff out. But if it wasn't, I would have just kept everything in there because it's so cool. So first, get a bunch of snacks. And when I say snacks, I mean one-handed snacks, right? Because that's easier. So like your granola bars, your fruit, your trail mix, your nuts, whatever, you can get, stick it in there. And, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but like if I'm awake in the middle of the night, my body gets really hungry. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like, wait a minute, we're not sleeping. So you need to be feeding me. Just eat. You need to eat. If you start to feel like hungry in the middle of the night and you're just like, well, it's the middle of the night, I'm not going to eat, because everybody wants to start starving themselves back to a size 2 after they have a baby. Fuck that shit. Eat.
No. You
need to just eat and put the food in your body. Okay. Then also water. Have like a bottle of water. Have like a reusable, whatever, coffee mug. You can even get like, these usually plug in, so this wouldn't help. But my mom has one of those like mug warmers. Mm-hmm. You can put in there and keep it warm, or you can use like one of those travel things that'll keep your stuff hot. Because I have to use that. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm traveling. I have to keep it at home because I can't.
Yeah.
I forget that I have it and then it's cold and then I microwave it 6 times and who knows what that's doing to my body.
Yeah.
And then, so then a book and a book light.
Oh, good idea.
So, and it can be any book. You can read about your baby. You can also read like trash.
Trash is fun.
Whatever. Yeah. Don't, just read whatever is like fun for you. Earbuds.
Mm-hmm.
And then your phone and your charger, because, you need your phone too. And if you're leaking, you can get a milk saver and have that in there. Nipple cream, your nursing pads, your glasses. Mm-hmm. Just because, I don't know about you, but I lose my glasses all the time. Just that'll be your new glasses spot. That's where they always are. Don't put them down unless it's in there. And then vitamins and supplements, anything that you're taking, keep it in there. And then I was doing it by shelf. So that was my top shelf.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
my middle shelf, it all fits. It swear to God, it fits. All this
What's
stuff
little
is really
stuff?
small. It's all little stuff. Chapstick too.
Good one.
A hair tie.
Good one.
If you have long hair, because where do those go?
Right.
And then diapers, wipes. We'll hear about Nikki's wipes too.
Nikki's.
Which you can also rub all over your baby. The Nikki's wipes, you can just like shove it everywhere, anywhere.
Take
on
a
their
whole
face,
bath.
just like put it on their face, whatever. A changing pad or a towel, so you can just change wherever you are. A little blanket if it's cold. If you use burp cloths or pre-folds for like wiping stuff up. We cloth diapered and we used the pre-folds, and with Jack, and Jack's going to be 10 and we still have them.
Oh, they're
We
great.
just use them as kitchen towels. They last this whole time. Massage oil if you want to give your baby a massage. The remote, which is yours now. And then on the bottom shelf, you can put your pump, and you can fit a nursing pillow in there too if you use one of those. And get up on get on your phone and like subscribe to all your favorite podcasts, all your favorite shows, so you have it all like lined up right there. And that's my nursing station. See, that's what I mean. It didn't take up that much time.
No, I have a couple things to add though.
Cool,
that I was thinking. What about baby nail clippers?
Oh yeah, or your teeth.
Or you could do that too. Yeah. And what about a notepad and a pen?
Oh yeah, I always text myself stuff, but yeah.
Do you? I thought you used to just write it on your hand.
Oh yeah, I did. I used to write it on my hand. Yeah. Now I don't know why I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I kind of stopped doing that. Now I text it to myself. I'm the person I text with the most.
Are you really? Oh my God, I love it. That's hilarious.
I'm always at the top because I'm always the last person I've texted with.
Oh my God. I tend to write stuff down, but I never thought about texting myself. So maybe I should just do that. I like have paper and pens like everywhere. So if you're one of those people that you like think of something and you're like, oh my God, I got to write that down, then having a pen and paper stuff somewhere on that.
And you maybe need to pass somebody a note, like your partner. You need to be
help me. The baby won't get off me.
You're an asshole. No, we've all been there. Don't worry. We've all been there.
Yeah, it's okay. You can do that. But you also a couple other things I thought of, if you have other kids, like maybe a toddler,
put them in there.
The cart, yeah. But maybe have a couple snacks for them, or have like a book or something like that for them, so that you can keep them busy while you're nursing. And they can be with you. Oh, here, would you like a snack? Because you sit down and nurse your baby, and your 3-year-old is going to be like, "I want a snack," or
and get all. That's
something.
The other thing that I have a whole section of that the older children. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do
on the cart.
Yeah. Well, no, on a whole separate subject of just dealing with the older kids.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to do one on that.
We can get into if you want, or no, I mean just of the section of this episode.
Oh, perfect. Then let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Since we're segueing into that.
Right, because that was when I first had Jack. I mean, it was, having, in hindsight, it was a little easier because I could just sit on the couch with him all day, and like I didn't have to worry about entertaining anybody else. But then when I had Exley, then I had Jack to entertain. And I had a friend. So, and my other suggestion is a meal train. Do you know those things? You can go on like mealtrain.com or something, and somebody can set up a meal train for you, and then they share it. And then like people in your neighborhood or your friends and family can all schedule a time, and they drop a meal off at your house. You can even have them drop it. You can have them just drop it on the front porch or whatever. Yeah. And that was really helpful. And somebody did that for me when I had Exley, and a friend of mine, this person, I like completely changed the way I think about things when she came over. She came over and she brought her meal, and then she had like a big bag, and in the bag was a bottle of wine and a bunch of shit for Jack, like a little water wow and some like, fruit roll-ups or like something like that for him. And I was like, oh my God, Like, you're the first person who's actually ever thought of like dealing with the older kid too, making them, and then he was like, he got a gift and, he was just like, oh, wow. He got stuff for himself too.
Yeah.
Which, because you gotta understand with these older kids too, like we know that we love them and we know that we're doing our best and we're giving them much attention as we can, but like they're still feeling it. Like they're feeling this intense, like new experience and sometimes feeling left out or jealous or just like the attention isn't all on them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's totally normal. You're not doing anything wrong. That's just like a totally normal thing. So, before, of course, we always say before and do it when you're pregnant, but like nobody gets their shit together that quickly. But if you can, at any point, go to the store, see if you can have like some alone time with them and pick out like, this also works well if you're trying to create boundaries with them too. Breastfeeding boundaries, if you want to try to get them to like drop a nursing session or something like that. Get some like new snacks they never had before. Like, they make all these all this stuff healthy now. The Annie's makes those little like gummy, those like,
oh my God, my 18-year-old loves those. My 18-year-old daughter loves them.
Food dye in them.
Right. Yeah.
So they're awesome. You can just, get those. My kids always love those. And then, the snacks and like some little like activities like those water wows by Melissa and Doug are great things to like entertain them. And don't, this is another thing where when you have a new baby, you're still in the mindset of just having that one child where you can like spend all the energy of like making sure they have the healthiest food and making sure all of this about them. But now you have a new baby. You can't like hang on to both of these worlds at the same time right now. So you got to let it go. Here's the big thing. You got to let it go. They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Let them have the sugary snacks for a while. If you're worried about it, then just have it a couple times a day, or it's a special time during the day where they get their thing.
Let them watch TV if you need to.
That's the other thing that I was about to get into is let go of all of your screen time obsessions. Let them watch TV. Let them play with the tablet. Let them do the video games, depending on how old they are. If they're older, just let them. I remember when I feel like I've told the story before, but Nancy Morbacher came over when I had Exley, was my new baby. And she like handed Jack her phone and was like, here, lined up some game that her grandkids play. And she looks at me and she was like, I hope that you're letting him do this stuff because this is what it's for. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Exactly. That's what it's for. Like, it's literally what it was designed for. So like entertain them. So just use it.
You're surviving right now. It's survival mode.
Yeah. And you know
it's
what?
Okay.
I'm sorry, but they're going to be fine.
Yeah, they
will.
will.
Stop reading all the frightening headlines about like, oh, screen time made my child a serial killer. No. No. That's not what did it.
No, it's totally okay.
Yeah. So I've been talking a lot. Oh my God, we should take a break for some capitalism.
Yeah, let's take our capitalism break. Yes.
Okay.
I totally forgot about our capitalism break.
Okay, listen, but here's some cool stuff that you might want to add to your nursing station. Today's episode is brought to you by Original Sprout. Original Sprout carries safe, effective, and pediatrician-tested shampoos, conditioners, styling, and body care products produced and packaged in California, USA. Their hair and body baby wash is made with gentle moisturizing ingredients, such as organic calendula and refreshing rosemary extract. Rosemary helps stimulate scalp circulation and calm cradle cap and eczema. This hair and body baby wash is ideal for babies, children, and adults alike. All of Original Sprouts products are paraben and phthalate-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. Their proprietary formulas contain nourishing extracts from fruits, vegetables, and flowers that the whole family can enjoy. They are not just for babies anymore. Check out the entire line at originalsprout.com and use code BADASS for 25% off of your purchase. And today's episode is also brought to you by Nikki's Natural Wipes. Nikki's was created out of the passion of two new parents wanting to protect the health of their precious new baby, Nikki. Conventional baby wipes contain harsh chemicals that can lead to redness, itchiness, dry skin, a burning sensation, and even blisters and urinary tract infections. Utilizing the miraculous antibacterial qualities of Manuka honey, combined with the proven ability of coconut oil to moisturize dry skin, Nikki's has set a new global standard for premium baby wipes. The smell and feel of the wipes is unique, 100% natural, ethically sourced, EWG certified, and biodegradable. Check out the first all-natural baby wipes made with Manuka honey and coconut oil on nickys.com and use code BADASS10 for 10% off of your purchase. These sponsors and their promo codes can be found in our show notes under this episode on badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com. Our show notes will also include further information about things we talked about in this episode, and at badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com, you'll also find our breastfeeding resources, all of our other episodes, and information about scheduling your very own one-on-one online lactation consultation with Dianne. The infamous, legendary Dianne.
Me.
Me.
Me. My kids always say that. Me.
Oh, they what?
My kids always say, it me. My daughter always says that. It me.
Is that what the kids are saying these days?
Yeah. They got some fun little things that they're saying. But yeah, it me.
I used to be up on that when I was working with the teenagers.
Oh, you gotta be.
But yeah, I know I'm not on it anymore.
My stepdaughter is 37. And whenever she comes over, she'll ask my daughter, like, all right, what are the new things that I'm missing out on? Like, and Jessica will tell her, and she'll be like, I'm so old. I'm so old now. So one of the things that I thought of when you were talking about that, when you mentioned the meal train, I had a client recently she just had her first baby, and her parents live in a different state. So, which is the case for a lot of people now, your family lives somewhere else. They set up for her a laundry service.
Oh my God.
I was like, all she's got to do is put her shit in a bag. They send it back washed and folded. I'm like, that is the best gift I've ever heard of in my life. Oh my
God, that's the nicest freaking thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God, I got to add that to my list of things in my brain. Brilliant gift to send somebody. That is truly amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't they probably just set it up for what, like 3 months or something? You don't have to set it up for life.
No, dad, that's what I said. I'm like, how long do you have that? And the dad was like, they said through the end of the year. And I was like, that's amazing. But you probably can pick like a month or, 2 months or whatever.
Because it's those first few months that are just like insane.
Yeah. Like that's a fantastic gift.
Yeah. Do that, everybody. That's
that's way better than a fruit basket. So
seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Like I remember I think it was when I had my twins, my cousin gifted me like 3 months of diapers that would just come on auto delivery, which was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause then you don't have to store them. Cause like giving 3 months of diapers is a great gift, but like who can store all that?
Yeah.
I mean, some people can. The same people that were like hoarding all the toilet paper, I suppose they can hold it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
But I can't. Not in my condo in Chicago.
No, I know. I couldn't either. So it was nice and then I didn't have to worry about it. They just showed up, because it was on auto delivery. And I know that there's a lot of places that do that now. So that's a great gift too, to do for somebody. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably also have, if you have like a neighborhood, I know that I think most neighborhoods have this now, like a neighborhood Facebook group.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Like, I don't know. We have I live in Chicago in a neighborhood called Rogers Park, and we have there's actually a bunch, but it's obviously big shitty, big city. But like my individual neighborhood has a group and people are always posting stuff. But you can either that or ask around, hire a teen, like a teen in the neighborhood who can just come over and take the garbage out. Maybe run to Starbucks and get you a coffee.
Entertain your toddler.
Entertain the toddler. Yeah. Or take the toddler down to the park for a little while, if or even out in the back, or even just in the house. That's what I used to do. My kids were not into babysitters, and I hired somebody, and she would just hang out in the same room with me, but I would be working on the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they could do they can do anything you want them to do. And they're teens, so they're cheaper. And it's not like it's not like a complicated, you don't need anybody to do anything complicated. You just some of those daily tasks. And then when you have visitors, I really want people to be comfortable asking people to do things and also saying yes when people offer. Because a lot of times people offer, they're like, hey, can I take the garbage out before I leave? Or, wipe up the bathroom or like whatever. And the people are like, no, it's okay. No. Just say yes.
Right. Just
Practice
say yes.
saying yes.
Or if you know somebody's coming over, you can be like, hey, can you pick up a couple things at the store for me if you need something?
Right.
They want to help you.
People want to help. Yeah. And it really is a lot easier for people if you just tell them what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is like really, I mean, I'm sure everybody has that family member or somebody who's just like not helpful. But most people are very helpful and most people really want to help. But like they don't know what to do because we have this like, it's like a cultural something where like, it's like, no, you're coming into my house. I'm going to entertain you. Like, I don't need any help. I'll do it myself. And do you need any help? No, it's okay. Just say yes.
I have actually had people tell me that because I'll usually ask, do you have help at home right now? Especially if, I ask that regardless, but like C-section deliveries where you're not supposed to be doing a lot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or if you have other children, I'm like, do you have help at home? And I have had people tell me, you know what? I did have some people, like my family came over or whatever, but it's not helpful because I end up having to just wait on them. And I'm like,
that's
no, that's not okay. Put a list on the refrigerator so that people, if they come over, but then you don't even have to tell them to do something. They can look at the list and be like, oh, you need your floor swept? Sure, I'll do that for you. You need a little laundry thrown in? Sure, I'll do that before I leave.
No, this is actually something that's floating around the internet. Google it. I don't even know. Maybe we can find it and put it in the show notes, but it's like somebody created a chore list for new parents or something. And and you can print it out and it says like, there's a list of things. And when people come in the door, they rip one off and they check a box of the one that they're going to do. Take the laundry out, load the dishwasher, whatever. And they check, in order to come in and visit, you have to check off one of the boxes of the things that you're going to do while you're here.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah. And I really, really wish people would, and it's fun. It's like fun to come in and like pick a chore. It's like, it adds like something interesting to it. And I really wish people would get more comfortable doing this.
No.
And so a couple more things. If you are a cloth diaper family, which we were too, just take a break. Especially if you have a new baby, when the new baby comes, it's okay to take a break for a few weeks or a month or whatever. Like the planet will not die because of you. I promise. The planet might die, but it won't because of you. It won't be your fault. I promise. Just take a break. It's a lot. I mean, I know I cloth diapered. So I know when people say like, it's cloth diapering is too hard. Like I understand what we as the cloth diaper people are like, that's not true. Cloth diapering can be very easy. It's true. It can. But also when you have a new baby, it can add just like an extra layer of things that you're doing. So just take a break. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you can take a break from is freaking dishes. And again, environmentalists are going to be like very mad at me for saying this, but I promise you, it's not these things that are killing the planet. Have some paper plates and, disposable utensils around for when you just don't have time that day or things are just too crazy, things or whatever. You can just have a meal and then throw it all away. Mm-hmm. Just make it easy on yourself. Have the option to make it easier on yourself on a day that you need it. It's okay.
You know what would be even better?
What?
If people dropped off a meal to you that they included the paper plates. So it's like mindless.
Yeah. That would be really cool. Actually, what will be even cooler. Let's see if we can keep topping each other. If they get dropped off one-handed meals.
Oh.
If they created a meal that you could eat with your one hand. I mean, that would still, awesome. You may still need a plate. So include the plate, but somebody could create like a nice tight, like chicken wrap or something, or, get creative. People can get creative with the one-handed meals.
That'd be awesome.
So, yeah. Let's see. What else do I have? I'm looking at my list.
One of the things that I have is actually about the feeds, and it's breastfeeding on demand. Like that, that takes a lot of guesswork out of everything. Like, don't worry about the time. Don't worry about the schedules. Don't worry about the apps that monitor every little thing that's happening. Just breastfeed your baby on demand, and you don't have to even think about that stuff. And you know your baby's getting fed.
That's so true. Yeah. And that's just like a general rule. It's not even like you don't have to worry about it. You can worry about it later. Actually, it's better if you just ignore it.
Yeah.
Ignore the clock. Ignore all the breastfeed every 2 hours, yada, yada. Just, it's better to ignore all of that.
Yeah. Don't worry about what sometimes your family or your people in the hospital or a pediatrician or whatever will say. Just, your baby only needs to be on for 15 minutes and don't time everything. Just put your baby on when they want to be on. Let them stay there if that's where they want to be. And that's okay. And call your lactation consultant that you have on hand if you worry about it, if you have questions. What else you got?
I have 2 more things. So, bed sharing.
We have lots of episodes on that.
We do have a lot of episodes on that. Check out one of those episodes.
Setting up your space. Remember that one we did a couple months ago? That was a good one.
All you need to do is set up that safe bed sharing spot and then use it because it is safe and it is so much easier. It is so much easier than trying to get your baby to sleep away from you, which they do not want to do, and getting up and going down the hallway or getting up and going over to the crib or whatever. Every time they cry, which they will all night because they're babies. So that makes things way easier. And I know people are still really afraid of it. But if you listen to the episodes and you read a little bit about it, I bet you this is where I was. And when I learned more about it, I became much more comfortable with it. And Exley is 7 and still sleeps on top of me. And then another one, baby wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
from day one.
So you can get any carrier that you want for like a baby that's like a little bit older. But like with a newborn, you want to make sure you have like a carrier that's appropriate for a newborn. So one that's really popular and pretty cheap, and I'm not paid to say this, the Moby, those little Moby wraps. Those are pretty easy to figure out. Just practice, even if you just practice a couple times, you get used to it. But those are appropriate for a newborn. Let's see. A lot of those buckle carriers will have like a newborn insert. So you just want to make sure that you have like the newborn, whatever you're getting has, if you have a newborn, that you have one that's appropriate for a newborn. And
And baby wearing is appropriate for partners. Just going to put that out there. So don't feel like you're the only one that can wear a baby. If you're tired and need a nap and your baby is not, you can strap that thing on a partner and that's fine.
Totally.
I love it when the partners answer the door and they're, wearing a baby. I think it's great. Grandparents, I've seen that before too. Like grandparents with the baby on them. It is totally fine. Figure it out before the baby comes. That's another thing that you can kind of mess around with before the baby comes. Figure out how it works because those can be a little bit intimidating. Watch a YouTube video.
They're super intimidating. And I have to tell you that when you figure it out, it's just easy as pie.
Yeah.
You just got to, especially with a buckle carrier, you don't even need to, if you want to just skip all of it, the buckle carriers are not complicated. You just buckle them.
Yeah.
But the wraps are a little complicated. But if you like it, you think that's cool, just give it a couple of tries. Yeah. Watch the video and you can figure it out. Once you figure it out, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, that's all. Yeah.
I've strapped many people into those things.
Yeah.
But they're great.
So, yeah, I think that's all I've got.
No, it sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
Thanks for listening.
If anybody has anything to add, let us know. Shoot us a message.
Oh,
We'd love to, or anything to add to Abby's cart. We'll put it on there.
Yeah.
I thought hand sanitizer too. I was thinking about that. Hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yes. This is the age of hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
True.
But that's it. Enjoy. Go make yourself a nursing cart.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.